Hi, so my name is Becky and welcome to my YouTube channel, and that really just gave me 2014 flashbacks. So if you recognise me or you're already subscribed to this channel, there's 100 of you, so that could possibly occur. I haven't touched this in about 18 months because I hate the sound of my own voice, so I thought what's better than during quarantine to maybe jazz it up again, just have a bit of fun, see where I go. So what I wanted to sort of do today was a bit of a get ready with me / haul. So today's video is a thumbnaily BeautyBay haul because there's half inspiration from Jenna Marbles' new video, Get Ready With Me to Go Nowhere, and half inspiration from the fact that I found an eyeshadow palette that I hadn't taken to university with me. So here we go. But it is currently, I can tell you. Hey Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 7:02 p.m.
Okay, it's currently 7 o'clock and it's about to storm quite violently out there. So however long this inch of daylight lasts, we won't know. But we're just gonna go ahead and get started. So I turned from being one of those like people obsessed with makeup and doing every single step and wanting to look absolutely amazing to like someone that like not hates makeup but just wants to get away with the bare minimum. So haven't technically got everything for a full face here, but I've probably got enough that no normal person would question it, but so little that if I ever met Jeffree Star, his stilettos would probably be slitting my throat right now. So without further ado, the first thing that I had to get was some utensils, some brushes. So I got, to be fair, the only brush kit that looked decent, well, that came with a bag, that was in stock on BeautyBay was the Poolside Chic 12 brush set. It's open because I already unwrapped the brushes, but they come in this bag, which to be fair is lovely. It reminds me of the Jeffree Star ones that are like 30 quid. Whereas this I think was £25. I will get prices out. 21, even better. So it's got all the essential eye brushes and, well, to be fair, a few that I have no idea how to use. And then we've just got some powdery contour brushes that I'm popping in this little glass jar. I got a Gino & Co velvet sponge that Nikki Tutorials called me into buying. However, it's hella cheap. It was £4.50. It's cheaper than the Real Technique sponges and it is amazing. I do have it already at university. The next thing that I got, we have this neutral eye palette, and the only reason why I'm showing it is because I don't think I'm going to use it. I don't know yet. But if we're starting with the basics, I got the Ordinary High Adherence Silicone Primer, and I got the Revolution Foundation. It's the Conceal and Define in the shade F4. And at the moment, that'll do. So the one thing that I will say is that you can probably definitely hear my hamster. Oi, bruh! Is that I always used to match my foundation really like way too light. I used to get F2. Because I literally for like ages thought that I was the literal embodiment of Jeffree Star. And it wasn't until I went to university and I had my own flashback Mary moment that will be revealed one day in a nightclub photo, and it was from using the translucent baking powder from Revolution, which is meant to not give any flashback at all. It was the one that's in the tub that has like a lid with a mirror on it, not their like other one, like if you know what I mean. And like that one claimed to not give any flashback or anything, and I was like, hang on a minute, it can't just be the powder. It was the powder mixed with the fact I was using C1 concealer. Since then I switched it out to C3 I think, but yeah, anyway, mad. So Yeah, but I didn't buy a concealer because I find that, to be fair, I get literally, I've squeezed that the whole way. One thing that I will say is that you pay a lot, not a lot, but money for air with The Ordinary if you're not getting something that's in a glass jar. So the only reason why I'm getting this is not, well, got it. It's not because I think it's like amazing or anything, but because I just wanted like something that I knew would moisturize and like protect my skin a bit. Because you know that this is going to be an Instagram moment where it stays on for 5 minutes and then I take it off. Like, you just know that that's going to happen. But it is making my skin feel rather soft. However, the one thing that does need to be addressed is these eyebrows. So when I used to do my makeup, like full on, when I used to claim to be an Instagram makeup artist and all that lot, like I used to shave my eyebrows to about here. And I don't want to go that drastic. However, I think these tails do need to come off a bit. Like, just be thinned out. So I am going with the like blade, like not against the hair. And it's also the thing that people tell you never to do, shave your eyebrows. Do whatever you want. Whatever works for you to remove eyebrow hair, go for it. Because waxing leaves me with the worst red marks on the planet and it hurts. And plucking takes too long. So I get the... You know what? Shave them off and treat yourself every day. That's the way to go. But anyway, so I've applied a bit of that primer. Oh, I love a fresh one. I needed a new one anyway, to be fair. So this... Or should I do my eyeshadow first? You know what? Let's go back to the old Instagram moments where I do the eyeshadow first. So, this feels so weird. The one thing that I also have sort of gotten into doing, why, is using a brush rather than a beauty blender. And when I tell you that I can do my makeup and be out the house for work in 10 minutes, like a full face of makeup, I mean it. That's the one thing that I will say about a brush compared to a beauty blender. So I know you're meant to leave it tacky, however I'm not the best at blending out. So what I did do was get a Revolution powder in the shade P1, powder 1. I don't want to get the white one. Why can I not open this? Oh, there's bloody stickers on it. Do I look like I have the patience for stickers? No. So I can already tell you right now this is going to be a hella long video. But you know what? We're in quarantine. What else have you got to do? If you are watching this past quarantine, I hold my hands up. Actually, comment when you're watching this. I'd like to know. So I'm just gonna take the number 2 brush out of this and just set this eye life, because I find that otherwise I cannot blend it. Can you blend it? So do I need anything else? Or what I might use, I'm not sure yet, is I got one of the BeautyBay liquid eyeshadows, and it looked like it was just, what's the word, like monochromatic, but it is actually this weird purple colour, even though it's meant to be fluorite, which to me, it would help if I actually did it somewhere you can see it. Why on camera does that actually look like it could be light? It's quite a dark pink actually, the base to it. Because I don't know if anyone ever used the Cover FX liquid eyeshadows, but they used to have one in the shade Magic, I think, that was light and it was pink toned. And I thought, oh, this is pink toned and it's light, it'll be the perfect dupe. It's not. As soon as I opened it and I swatched it, I was like, right. But anyway, do I do eyebrows first? Maybe. I didn't actually buy anything to do eyebrows with, so that's my only issue here. Do I have a shade that is good for eyeshadow? Oh, actually, we could do this. Let's whip the old Life's a Drag palette out. I need an eyebrow brush. So it comes with an eyebrow brush. And what I could really do with right now is some wax or something, but we're going to live our best lives. And I'm going to do something that's going to disgust people. So I dye my roots black. Then naturally, apparently, this weird ginger colour So I'm going to take a mix of the black shady and the shade Mug. Didn't know they were naming things after me. And I'm just going to... Wow, that is dark, isn't it? Wow, mad. Now, I tell you right now that recently I've been using the Mini Controversy palette like every day for work. And my eyeshadow I can have done in like 2 seconds. My brows will still take me 4 years. Ew. I actually at one stage used face paint for my eyebrows a few months ago. You see on camera, that looks a bit patchy, but fine. So you know what? We're going to roll with it. And I'm just going to take a bit more of this Mug colour and convince myself that this looks alright. Oh, beautiful. Now, will they be sisters or twins? In my opinion, it's not great to match yourself every way to a person because you need a bit of individuality. So, how about... Ruined already. Already. Bruh. Whoever used to let me do their makeup has got issues. See, that's way too long compared to this one now, and it curves too much. Bruh. 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 Look at... What is that? I didn't realise I was a Scouser auditioning for Educating Liverpool. My days, bro. Mad. Do you know what we are going to do? We're going to clean this brush off with a piece of toilet paper. This is liquid gold at the moment. Everywhere in the world, so I don't know why you're educated on that. If you are watching somewhere where you can still readily buy toilet paper, you are so lucky. Do you know who I like? That tarty woman. Tarty Westbrook. She has this Beauty and the Beast mirror that I think is lovely. Watch me boy break up with me now because of these eyebrows. I actually look like Kato Potato on acid. Nice. So now I've got to decide what sort of eyeshadow look I want to do, and I'm not ready for this amount of pressure. Now I've shown you that eyeshadow palette that I said I wasn't going to use. I want to use it. Right. Let's have a look. Let me take a blendy brush. You know what? We're going to go with this one for some shape. And I'm going to take the shade. First of all, I could change my top to take a picky with. There's some gold glitter in here. I've got to use it. So what am I going to do? Am I going to do a neutrally look or a reddy look? You know what? Let's go neutrally red. Let's actually just combine those two things that weren't that different really anyway and make a look out of it. So this boy's actually got quite a big mirror, but he's not one of their plastic palettes. He's actually the cardboard that I do like. It's a rip-off of a Huda Beauty palette, I think you can tell. There's me. So I'm going to take the shade Secret, which is a bit of a warmer tone version of the shade Masked. However, if you're not anal about eyeshadows, it's exactly the same thing. So you could use either one. And I'm just going to run that. Literally placing the brush here and going like that. Back and forth. Because I really feel like a brush that shape suits my eye shape. Like, the one thing that you will notice is all these beauty gurus are like, use this brush for this and this brush for that. You will find whatever brush works with your eye shape. I tell you that right now. Like, Some of it, yeah, like I wouldn't use a flat brush personally to do this, like a flat concealer brush like that, no. But all these fluffy brushes, like typically they tell you to do what I'm doing right now with a domed fluffy brush. But I had a brush like this a couple of years ago for Christmas in a Ted Baker set, and it's what I use to do my makeup with every day now. Because it really, because sometimes I don't know where to stop putting this crease colour. I'm like, will I actually end up looking like Alyssa Edwards rather than just using the Alyssa Edwards like ABH palette? Like, you know what I mean? There's being inspired by somebody, and then there's doing like all these drag queens that copy basically the same look as Kimchi and Trixie Mattel, you know what I mean? So here we go. That's like a neutrally shade. Like, this is what I sort of do for work. Put a wing liner on, sorted. So, I said a bit of red. So, let's get a bit of this intimate, which is a bit of a, what's the word? Cooler toned red than what I'm looking for. So, we might have to dip into the Life's a Drag palette. I'm working on 3 mirrors here. Hang on. See, that's the perfect shape for my outer corner for me. Beautiful. So, another huge reason why I've started this back up is because I exposed my YouTube channel to my friends from a running joke. Because I've actually got a video on here, whether when you see this all those videos are still up or not, about when I went to Parliament for the day. And I always tell the story about it in general as, because I'm really important. Remember that time I went to Parliament? I was going to say to Primark then. So I just sent it to them as a joke, and they were like, start up again, do it. So here I am. What I also will do as well is not close my eye, but put my mirror down and sort of look down. So my eye is slightly creased, you can't like see it that well, but like, so yeah, almost like that. Just because my eye isn't tense that much to the point where the brush would move it significantly and place the eyeshadow wrong. Like, there's enough like skin for it to like disperse wherever I want it to go, and for me to sort of see what it's going to look like. You know what I mean? Oh, I've put way too much on that side now. Me chatting all my shit has led to me fucking it up. I was about to say, oh no, I've sworn I'm going to get demonetized, like this would get monetized anyway. Yeah, so what I am going to do is just get a bit of the colour snatched out of the Life of Drags palette. It's literally just a bit of a plummy red. It's a pressed pigment though, so I would be careful. And I'm just going to deepen that. It's a little bit, the one good thing I can do with this brush is sort of turn it on its side and drag it. So I'm just going to do it in the crease and turn it on its side and drag towards the inner corner. Then what I'm going to do is clean this brush off, because I will literally use the same brush every eyeshadow. You need one of them, if you've seen it. It's got like almost like a stippling freckles sponge in it, kitchen sponge. And if you just twirl your brush in it, it gets all the excess colour off. I'm going to take, ooh, sensual. Could take a black actually. This is a very dark purple. And I'm just literally going to pop it. And really, really deepen at my outer corner here. Which is looking really bright red on camera for some reason. You almost want to smoke it out. I'm literally just popping it on my outer corner of my lid. And then you know what? I'm just going to take the tiniest bit of black. Literally just dusted my brush. And I'm going to put it in that corner. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to build it slowly. And I'm not taking it any higher than the crease. And I'm just going to use it to smoke it a little bit. See, that's just smoked it a little bit. Again, just really, really gently. Lovely. On this side I sort of look like I've been punched in the face. Nice. And I'm just going to take this brush purely because of the fact that it's clean. So I do recommend having more than one brush, but you don't need to use a different brush for every eyeshadow. And I'm just going to use that original shade that we used in the first place, Secret. and just blend out the edges a little bit. Because personally, I don't like it too high up, but there is also no harm. Oh, isn't that sexy? So to make it even more sexy, we're going to take some foundation or concealer works better for this. However, what am I? Lazy. And I'm going to cut my crease. So I'm going to take the flat concealer brush that I used as an example a minute ago, and I'm literally just going to pop it in the centre. You need it quite wet of my eye, and I'm going to look up. I'm going to look up and sort of like, there we go, and it's going to leave a line, and I'm going to follow that line down. So I don't always cut my crease when I want to necessarily do a cut crease, because I have hooded eyes, so technically I should cut my crease, but I will only do it when I want to wear eyeliner with a look. Beautiful. In the other eye. Fuck me. Watch this literally be 40 minutes long. But yeah. It's basically so I have room to do my nice glitter eyeshadow. And some eyeliner. So I'm now going to take some glittery eyeshadow. I'm taking the shade 24/7 out of this palette. You can see it. And you could take it on a brush. I think I might actually just to see sort of, because I think it is a bit thick. And I'm just going to sort of spread it on there. You can definitely and preferably use your finger, but I find that I have fat fingers, not in the sense of having literally fat fingers, but I will pick up like way too much, like dig my finger in it by accident. Oh, beautiful. So I like to just do my inner corner bit. See, I've just done that there and dropped it everywhere, picked too much up. So do my inner corner where I know that my big fat finger will struggle to even place it in a nice place anyway. Then I take my big fat finger and pop it down here. Oh, look at that. Stunning. Stunning. So I normally like using a felt tip liner, and I ain't got one. They didn't have one, so we're going to see how this goes. But first, let's do a little bit of inner corner highlight and brow highlight. We're going to use this liquid shadow because I feel bad about buying it and then not using it. Oh, it's a bit dark. You know what, I'm going to take the tiniest bit of it on this number 11 brush, because apparently they don't have names anymore. Let me just pop a bit. That did fuck all. Okay, let's get a bit of the shade Sham. Ah, just like that liquid eyeshadow. No, okay, not in the middle of that. Life's a Drag, what have you got for me? What about Beat? It's a pink. Fuck it, let's do it. And I'm just gonna... I have got an actual highlighter, so watch me top that up with that. So what we need to do is get this eyeliner. So the one I got was the Makeup Revolution one. It's £3. It's just a dip liner, so it's a liquid one. I never used to be the most confident with a liquid liner. Lovely. So we will see how this goes. Oh, bruh. So I like to not spin it everywhere. Do a line like that. And then join the line. And then I dip back in. so I can get it all coated to colour it in. Because one thing that I will say about this is because it's not a proper brush, it's like a felt piece, so there's not bristles to like carry product, is it can be a bit painful almost. Not painful but uncomfortable, so it is nice just to make sure you do have as much product on there as possible so that you can get it done quickly. Nice. I was going to say fuck that up, but if I had spoken whilst doing that, I would have fucked it up even more. Wow, that entire wing is just the definition of not what I wanted it to be. Oh, see, it hurts. This thing is painful. This is why I don't like it. But I love eyeliner. It's why I stand by my statement that felt pens are the best. There we go. That'll do, donkey. That'll do. So before I do my mascara and that, we should do the rest of my makeup. I'm getting rid of these eyeshadows. They're in my life. I don't want to look at them again. And we're taking that sponge, which feels dry, but I know it's not. But anyway, I sort of do my face in sections. But can I be fucked right now? No. So I'm just going to spread it out a bit for myself first. And I'm just going to sort of take the flat side. And I know the one thing they say to never do with a beauty blender is drag, but I have to drag this a little bit because the applicator puts it on really thinly. It dries out very quickly. So I do just drag it as well as tap to sort of disperse it as quickly as possible. I always recommend, in general, dragging with the neck because I do not care. See, I keep also forgetting where the camera is because I know it's there. However, I'm looking at myself because I am stunning and honestly a gift from God that does not need any of this makeup. However, I need a new Instagram picture. Because I was sitting there and I realised that just over the last few weeks in general, I haven't really done my makeup when I've been to work. So I was like, you know what? Let me do my makeup, take some pretty pictures. And all the boys that I still have on my Instagram from my old Tinder days will like them and make me feel a bit better about the fact that I'm the fat friend in my friendship group. That got dark. That was meant to be funny. Didn't sound it, did it? No. So my forehead, I never put a lot on because what you'll find is my forehead, yeah, is around the same size as my cheeks, but it's not, and it's deception, and it doesn't take as much product, and otherwise I will look like a knob if I put too much on. Not that I don't already. So what I now need to do is set my face a bit. What I will do is set under my eyes. But then I'll leave it there. Then I've got the contour kit from Revolution. It's Ultra Sculpt and Contour in Ultra Fair. So I find otherwise that the blush is too dark for me, even in the light to medium one. Because I've tried to get out of the way of being very fair. It's a life choice. I'm not ultra fair anymore. Because choice and that. And it's still just a bit dark. Highlight, lovely. Contour, lovely. But the blush is virtually the same as the contour. And I never used to wear blush, so it gives me blush anxiety. Because this blush gives me blush anxiety because it's barely pigmented at all. So it gives me anxiety about the fact that I think I don't have a lot of blush on, but to other people, because I've had to put that much of it on for it to even look like any, you know what I mean? So I'm going to take this one. It's the number 3 for anyone that cares. And I'm going to take this bronzer. There's another thing. Bronzer and contour, in my opinion, practically the same thing. Because I blend my contour out enough so that I don't look like I've got a stick of mud on my face. So if you are putting contour on and you look like you've got a stick of mud on your face, you ain't doing it right. Like, to me, that's blended out and I look a little bit more chiselled. But then all these hoes are going in with dragging it too down. All these hoes are going in next with like all these glittery bronzers and that, and I'm like, oh, honey, whoopsie, why? You can tell that I've hit pan on my one at home because I don't normally use this much, and I've just contradicted everything that I say. So now I look like one of those hoes that's gone in and put bronzer on. What I will take is just a bigger bit of the same thing on this fluffy brush and do that. But to me, that's doing the exact same thing. I'm just helping to blend it out more. So I don't do nose contour or any of that business because my nose is ugly enough. Did that do anything? Should not have done that. Regrets, because I've got a spot there. That's just made me look like a right toss. My D's, bro. Okay, me, he was saying that I don't contour my nose. It's just had to contour some of my nose. You know what? If you want to know how to fix it, get loads of a bit of a pigmented setting powder and pray. So I don't do all that cutting malarkey when you go like that, because then I normally end up with a line of... Okay, I don't look too bad. I normally end up with a line of powder on my face because I use a loose powder normally, but that doesn't look too bad. I'm just gonna... Oh, beautiful. Next, blush. Spoke about it for that long and now I'm not doing it. So, God. So this is the blush in this, and it's a bit of an overspray malarkey, but we will go in with a tiny bit. I'm one of those that hates blush unless you're doing it to be funny. But I did watch a video that was like, don't smile because then you're putting it too high up on your face. I hate people that do this, but why do I look like an adorable 5-year-old now? It's a real question. Highlighter. The only brush that isn't dirty. We're going to go in with that. We wanna glow. Always believe in your soul. That is loads. And then those people that do that, I can never get that to look right. Because you know in pictures when you see people with like the perfect dot of highlight on the nose, like I've seen that in real life, like a girl with a perfect dot on her face. However, I cannot handle that. Layla, if you're ever watching, your highlight stuns me sometimes. We're not that close, friend of a friend, but you know what I mean? Yeah, come on, let's not beat around the bush. What I put on my eyebrows earlier was a disgrace. However, what I'm a big fan of is the old Cupid's bow, but I will highlight the whole Cupid's bow. So not just the bit on my lip, but you know what I mean? Because it also takes the attention away from the fact that I've got lip piercing. So next, I'm going to take some mascara. I couldn't decide which singular one to buy, and it was only like £2 more to buy a set of mini ones, so here I am. Why are there two? Oh, that one's waterproof. We're going to have a look at some ones, because otherwise that looks disgusting. So I almost bought the bigger version of this one, which is the max volume. Okay, I like that one. We'll go with that. That's a proper one in that. So, do I want to line my lower lash line at all with any eyeshadow? Let's give the mirror a look. You know what? I'm going to take a bit of Smolder. Oh, she pretty. I thought I was joking when I said this video would be 40 minutes long, and I've played myself. So let's do mascara. See, that's the length of a proper thingy, that is. Okay, so in reality, I don't actually like it. Watch me like continue with YouTube now, make a video in like 2 months of favourites, and then me say that I like this. Okay, it does get all those little baby bad boy bottom ones. Okay, God, that sunlight is disappearing fast. Right, next we need a lipstick. So I bought a little lipstick collection. There's 5 in here. That's what they are. I understand that's backwards, don't come at me. I think I might go with this. Oh, God, we've got some decisions to make here actually. Let's take these out and look at their asses. So that's sort of my choices. I think I'm going to go with this flushed, this number 1. But I might use a bit of that darker one on that bad boy. Number 2, Candy Sweet. So if we go with, why do they always put, they're like, this is professional makeup, like pro makeup, and yet we'll still put these like cheap ass little whatsy-doos on them. To be fair, the fact that they came off easy does show a bit of. So let me, oh, that's beautiful, that is. So I will say, very creamy. Mistakes have been made. Fam. Why is that so fluorescent? Right, you know what? I'm going to do that old. Just to like. Right, let's get this bright ass pink and do it. Why does that look fluorescent? Right. Apart from, why is it neon? See, that looks horrible. And what is that on my chin? Right. What I am going to say about it. Thank you for watching this video. If you've made it 40 minutes, I'm very proud of you. Secondly, my Instagram is bexgrubb if you actually want to see how this turned out in the end, because I'll probably like just take my hair down for a photo, which could be interesting. Not thank you to Makeup Revolution, whose lipsticks have made me look like a right tosser on camera. And thank you to my friends for making me do this. Yeah, love you all so much. If anyone is still watching that had subscribed to my YouTube before it died, I'm very grateful that you're still around and you did not unsubscribe, because I know I had a lot more than this, but Yeah, it's still nice to see everyone, and I hope everyone's quarantine is not actually going too bad. I have nothing really to complain about apart from boredom. So yeah, please everybody stay safe and have a happy quarantine. Kill me.